General's Assembly. My name is Africa Awu. You can as well call me the grandson of all revolutionary ancestors. Today, I'll be talking about the removal of Emir Sanusi in Kano State. The dethronement of Sanusi has caused a lot of controversies as to why politicians have the power to do and undo when it comes to our traditional rulers. Well, the answer is not far-fetched. If we go down history lane a little bit, we will discover that Ganduje is not the first politician to remove a traditional ruler for reasons best known to him. For example, Chief Obafemi Awolowo of blessed memory, as glorious as his days was for those who exist during his time, he has a dark path to his glorious days, which was the removal of Alaafin of Oyo, the father of the present day Alaafin of Oyo. Those who know all that transpired then will tell you how one or two led to the death of Bode Thomas at a prime age of 34. But that's not the problem. Even the grandfather of this dethroned Emir Sanusi was also removed from the position by Ahmadu Bello because of political reasons as well. Should I tell you about how Olowo was removed during Awolowo time as well, when there was issue between Akintola and Awolowo? All these are there for us to read. History is a very good friend of ours if only we can approach history. But that is, history is not what I want to deliberate upon today, but the relevancy of our traditional rulers and the laws that have made them so irrelevant in the present day Nigeria. Our Obas were the ones in charge of empires, communities before the advent of colonial masters. These people came and took over power from our traditional rulers by force. On leaving, they handed over to those who have little or nothing to do with the said power. And we all know that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Today, our Obas that were once Aláṣẹ Ìkejì Òòṣà are now Aláṣẹ Ìkejì politicians. Not just politicians, even a local government chairman will be threatening a traditional ruler. Nigeria, wetin dey happen? Obas are supposed to be the representative of their people because they don't vote them into offices. They inherit such position. Whereas politicians that come and go every now and then should be, whereas Oba will be there to mediate so that there will be synergy between anything that is coming from the political class to the people. The Obas will be the intermediary. But today, politicians at will threaten Obas. To make matter worse, while we are still frowning and complaining about the removal of Emir Sanusi in Ekiti, about 10 or thereabout Obas were warned for insubordination. Traditional rulers being warned for insubordination. Come to think of it, what is insubordination? This is common in the armed forces, where a superior will be talking to a junior officer that you are not respecting me. Then if we take this perspective back to the warning of Obas, you now see that the politicians have assumed to be ogas over our traditional rulers, which ought not to be so. In Nigeria today, when you hear that Obas are meddling into politics and the Oba to the put mouth for politics, it is simply because the Oba is supporting opposition party. When Oba is supporting the ruling party, they tell you that the Oba does not put mouth into politics. For how long shall we continue like this and expect Nigeria to grow? Who caused this country? Who caused us? Who bewitched this country? Ta ló ṣépè fún wa? Kí ni problem wa náà ní country yìí? What is our problem in this country? Why is it that everything that has worked everywhere in the world does not work in Nigeria? Every positive thing that has worked elsewhere in the world don't work. Everything we've come in contact with, we corrupt and pollute. No wonder someone said whatever you give to a destroyed people, they use it for their own destruction. I pray we don't become the definition of a destroyed people that are prone for destruction. It is not too long for us, it is not too difficult for us now to retrace our steps. Because my grandfather will say, no matter how far you've gone in the wrong direction, the honorable thing for you to do is to take a U-turn. I will beg that everyone who can think right should rise up and defend our traditional institution. There should be a provision in the constitution that will make all first-class Oba in each region to represent us in the National Assembly. Though there will be modalities on what they can do and what they cannot do, but one of them should be that they cannot occupy principal they cannot become principal officers in the National Assembly. But the way our politicians are going about their businesses and relegating our Obas will never make this country to develop. Imagine when the people of a particular region, or let me say a particular village, choose an Oba for themselves. Then a politician who is not even from his tribe or from his village will just wake up one morning and feel that the Oba is not supporting my political ambition, therefore that Oba must go. This is not right. It is not a good thing at all, no matter how we want to look at it. It's just like saying that the Sultan of Sokoto, if he's not supporting a particular politician, then they will use political power to remove him. If Alaafin of Oyo today is not supporting somebody, they use political power to remove him. Then it will get to a time whereby we will not even have Obas again, because nobody will want to go there if you are not a political hallelujah boy. This is not the best for Nigeria. I must tell this to the world, my honest opinion. It is not the best for Nigeria, and we must do something about it.